How come his cord?
All right, Evan. I hit the stream. Good morning, everybody. Just after 7 o'clock, we welcome you in live to another edition of Tee to Green, live on the air here on WGR Sports Radio 550. I'm Brian Colzio, along with PGA Pro Jeff Meadis. Kevin Sylvester, third man of our team, is in Hartford, Connecticut. He's working this week for PGA Tour Radio for the Travelers Championship. We'll get an update from Kevin a little bit later on in the show, but we are live this week at East Aurora Country Club, site of the 72nd edition of the International Junior Masters. We're excited to be here for our annual preview. Jeff, good morning. The place looks ready to go for this event.
Wow, it was visually stunning coming in this morning.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful morning, first and foremost, but the drive up into East Aurora Country Club, the flowers and how well this place is meticulously groomed, and just the flags from all the countries, from all the different players. It's got a big tournament feel, and it's fun to be here again this year. And I love being around this kind of environment because, you sense the tension, you sense the excitement of the kids and the players and all the staff, because they're getting ready for a really, really big golf tournament.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to talk with a few of the participants here in just one moment. But coming up on the show, as we said, last segment of the show, 7:45, Kevin Sylvester from the Travelers Championship. We'll get an update there on what's happening with the PGA Tour players who are coming off of almost all of these players played in the U.S. Open last week. Jeff, a big win for J.J. Spaun on a dramatic putt there in the final hole.
How cool was that whole day? I mean, he goes out 5 over. Most people just think you're dead at that point, and he just kept grinding. And with the weather and everything that was going on, it was a difficult day. He's created a bunch of fans, including myself, after watching how he competed there. Just the whole never give up and just keep grinding. I thought it was really cool. It turned out to be a really, really fun event, and it looked like it wasn't going to be halfway through the back nine.
Yeah, the weather delay caused some issues, which we'll talk a little bit about later on the show. But what a moment for J.J. Spaun, and now his life changes forever, Jeff. He's a major winner.
10 years to the Open and 5 years to all the other majors. Plus, I mean, made a bunch of money. He's in every event now. He's guaranteed his status. So yeah, what was it, a year ago? He was thinking about giving up the game.
Yeah,
because he was struggling so poorly.
Yeah, that's turned around quickly.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens in golf sometimes.
Runner-up at the Players' Championship and then first place at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, he almost made that one on 18 at the Players, too.
Quite a year for sure for J.J. Spaun. So we'll have more on that coming up here later on the show. But we are broadcasting live on WGR here in Buffalo, but you can join us on our live stream. We're on our social media handles at T2G Buffalo, at T2G Buffalo, the number 2 in there. We're live on X, we're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube. So you can join us there. And if you are watching us on the stream, you may see we have a couple of guests here. Some of the participants, we've got one player who's made a long trek, one player who's traveled
not so long.
Not as long here.
Yes.
Adam Tchaikovsky, am I saying that right, Adam? Thank you. From Elma, not too far down the road here. And Liam Jordan from Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
Liam, good morning.
Morning. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having us here.
Your travels were a little bit longer than Adam's.
Yeah, just a little.
How long did the adventure to get here?
It was like a total of like 33 hours travel. So it's 14 hours to LA and then across from LA to Charlotte and then Charlotte up to here. So
is this your first stop? Are you in the country for a while competing?
No, we're just over here for this
event. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah,
awesome. How did you found out about the tournament in terms of wanting to participate, them giving out to you? Like, how does it play out with some of the Australian players?
So Manly, where I play out back home, we're reciprocal with East Aurora. So we kind of found out it that way. Phil Baird is friends with Jeff and kind of a lot of the guys here. So we just put in an application form and they had us. So we were over last year as well.
Yeah.
Me and Rory, my other friend, Rory Page. And then we've got another one with us as well this year.
So you have a reciprocal with East Aurora?
Yeah.
How many people use the reciprocal? Can I call East Aurora?
Yeah, I know.
This weekend?
It's probably not many.
Okay.
Not many going around, but no, it's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
You did play in the event last year.
Yeah, we did. So yeah, no, I love it. This course is amazing. Like it's nothing like what we get back home. So
a little flatter where you come from.
Yeah,
hotter.
Not even. It's just like a totally different kind of golf. Okay. Like we don't get rough like this back home. Like there's not many courses that are this perfectly laid out and manicured. Like it's pretty cool here. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. That we'll get more on your strategy coming up here in a moment. Let's get Adam's thought here. Adam, you're obviously familiar with this place too as well. Did you play in this last year too?
Yeah, this is my third and final year playing this event.
All right.
What is senior?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a senior at Iroquois High School. I graduate next Friday.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, I've
Thank you.
seen some of your scores. Yeah, I watched some of the high school. You're a
Mhm.
good player,
Thank
obviously.
you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
You got to be excited.
Oh, so excited. This is definitely marked on my calendar. I look forward to this event all year round. It came by very quick this year, and I'm just excited to play in it this year.
How's the game?
Very good.
Is it sharp
Yeah.
right now?
It is.
I usually don't hear that. Usually, very good. Yeah,
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my friends been practicing out here a lot, playing kind of every round like a practice round, just taking it serious to get ready for the tournament.
What would you say, and you can both answer this, Adam, you can start, just your experience from playing in this before, and you obviously are familiar with this course, but just the tournament, it's obviously a little bit different feel when the tournament starts. What would you take from your previous 2 tournaments into this year you feel like that can help you?
Definitely, this tournament definitely has a lot more added pressure given that it's my home course and I got a lot of family and friends come out here. I think the first year I didn't play too well because I kind of stressed it a little bit. Last year I settled in more and played well, so I think this year I'm going to be the most settled in and hopefully I can play the best.
Liam, what about you? Second year for you?
Yeah.
What'd
I
you learn
think
from last year.
I think that you're never kind of out of it, like, or you're never in it really. Like, it's just making that top 16 in the championship flight. I had a good first round last year and didn't back it up very well in the second round, but you just got to keep going and in the match play and try and put the other 2 rounds behind you, no matter how good or how bad you go.
Well, that's what's nice is you do get some match play no matter what happens. Yeah,
exactly.
So you play and then you get flighted.
Yeah.
So people that don't know, all the players compete and then they get flighted in
Yeah,
different
exactly.
matches and the top 16 play for the champion.
Yeah. So I think that's big.
And how's your game?
At the moment, it's all right. It's getting there. Slowly, kind of getting better every time I play. So yeah.
And what grade are you getting ready to go to college or?
No, so I'm in year 11 at school, which
Okay.
I think is junior year.
Yep.
So I've got a year and a half left at school, and then thinking about either college or playing back home as an amateur, and then trying to turn pro or something like that along those lines. I think it's less common to come out and play college here, whereas as a junior here, you just go straight to college. Whereas we don't really do it as much back home. So you get lots of guys come out, but yeah.
Give us a little insight on what junior golf is like in Australia. I mean, Adam, I know, plays high level high school golf here. Then you play in junior tournaments during, our school season. And then, obviously as our school ends, we travel a little bit more and things like that. Not that you can't even during the school year, but what's it like for how do you guys handle it during your school year, or even just obviously you've traveled halfway around the world here to play in this event. How do you guys handle playing it at your age?
It's a lot different back home. We don't really play school golf, so you just kind of play your junior tournaments.
Do they have teams?
No, not really. So
Okay.
I mean, you play for your golf club, but that's not junior golf.
Right.
You play like for an opens team. But as far as like junior golf goes, we just play tournaments, probably like 12, 15 a year around the state back home. But nothing like what it's like here. Like none of this kind of getting the course ready for the tournament, and all the members coming out. There's just not the support back home. There's
More
definitely not.
like an inter club, like you just go to another club and everybody plays there and you have a little event.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like 6 players from a team, and you take your club and you go to another club and play in different divisions and all that. So
okay.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love that side of it. It gets us prepared for match play, which we do here.
A lot more match play
At home?
Yeah.
No, not really. No, I mean, we don't really have junior tournaments that have match play in them.
Okay.
So I think we play lots of match play, but not to the extent you guys play here, and not with the pressure and the meaning behind it. So like we don't have junior tournaments that have match play. It's all just like 2 rounds of stroke play and that sort of thing. So yeah.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam Tchaikovsky from Elma and Liam Jordan from Sydney, Australia, our guests here on Tee to Green. We're live at East Aurora Country Club here on Tee to Green on WGR and on our live stream at T2G Buffalo. The 72nd edition of the International Junior Masters starting this week. The Hammam event starts Monday, and then 2 rounds, as Jeff said, 2 rounds of medal play where you're keeping your own score, and then into Thursday and Friday where it gets into match play. And that's fun, Jeff, to kind of 2 different formats, and everybody first all the way through last gets put into a bracket. So everybody's at least going to get 1 match play event too, which is nice.
Right. And you can imagine kids, anybody, you're going to be playing this event, you're going to be nervous. And so, maybe if you don't get off to a great start, or you have a couple bogeys early, or you're not feeling your game, hey, you got 36 holes of qualifying. So that gives you a chance to, it's a better determiner if you have more holes in qualification, because the better players separate themselves a little bit more. And then at least you got 1 match, that's when the pressure hits, I think, especially if you lose a match, you're done. Yeah. And if you win, you keep going, and it's a long week if you just keep winning, I bet. Yeah. But it's got to be so much fun. Yeah. With all the people and the names that are on the list of champions here. This is a big event.
Yeah. Adam, how was match play for you in terms of your mentality, and do you like it more? Do you like it?
I love it. It's really fun. Especially
just like
going.
beating the guy in front of you. Yeah.
I try to.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, I've won my first match, and then the second match, I've came up short. But it's so fun playing against one person. You don't really got to worry about your score. You just go out there and fire at everything, which I love.
Yeah, that's a great, awesome strategy to it. Liam, what about you?
I just love how you're never out of it, and like no matter what hole it is, like you can hit one OB and still win the hole and end up being in the match, or you can be 4 down with 5 to play and still win. Like you're never out of it. So that's what at home taught me a lot playing pennants or interclub.
Do you guys have a little different strategy? I mean, Adam, do you have a different strategy when you're playing match play? Like you say, you fire it at it or whatever. Is that, but when you play normally, you're not just firing at it or what?
What I've learned is I feel like I have to play exactly how I do in stroke play. I feel like pounding driver on holes is not going to really help me, given this course is more of a placement course.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I agree. I think you want to stick to your game. You don't want to get out of character when you're playing, no matter what the format is.
Exactly.
Yeah. You always want to keep, even though it's match play, you don't hit the hero shot. You still want to keep yourself in the hole.
Exactly.
Because the other guy can mess up too. That's I always used to try to find something I didn't like about the guy I was playing. Even if he was my best bud. I don't like his hat. I'm gonna beat him bad today.
What advice would you give all the guys just playing match play? Like it's a different type of playing.
It is, but it's fun. Yeah, and it's just you against that guy, and it's you against the course. And I try to keep myself, like I was saying, in the hole as long as possible. So even if I hit a bad shot, I still want to give myself a chance to get up and down or beat him or make a long putt. And I didn't give a lot of short putts, that's for sure. I wanted to see him make all those putts a lot of times, even if it made him a little cranky. I wanted to see those putts go in, and I actually wanted to make. I wanted to make my putts because I wanted to see the confidence. I didn't like when they give me a 4-footer or something early in the round because I wanted to see that ball roll in the hole early in the round to build up my confidence. So I would try to putt it out and stuff like that. But it's a different way to play. But play your game, keep yourself in the hole as long as possible, and don't give anybody any putts.
Absolutely. Adam Tchaikovsky from Elma, New York, here, and Liam Jordan from Sydney, Australia. They'll be two of the many participating in the 72nd edition of the International Junior Masters. It's free, open to the public. We'll have more details on how, if you want to come out and support the players. Jeff Camey and Paul O'Brien, the tournament directors, coming up in our second segment here today. So they'll give you more. We'll have more details on the logistics of the event here. But what did you guys think of the ending of the U.S. Open last week?
Unreal.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was great. Yeah, especially after the weather delay, it made it worth the wait for sure.
And it was cool having Adam Scott up there, the Aussie.
Yeah,
so we were rooting for him, but he just kind of slowly made his way down the leaderboard, and we're like, oh, damn it. Anyway.
So he shoots 79.
Yeah, he kind of had a shocker. Yeah.
At least the U.S. media that covers golf thinks Adam Scott is like the classiest person on earth. In terms of
he
golfers.
is.
So
He
is. So
100%.
I mean,
he's also a male model, and he's got the accent, a little bit.
He represents Australia well, doesn't he?
Yes. That's
100%.
when my daughter started like golf when they met him.
Yeah, he has had. It's funny that they asked him this week, would you label yourself a Hall of Famer? And he said he thinks he'd have to win a second major to be labeled a Hall of Famer. I think he still might get in anyway because he's had a pretty good career.
He's 45
international brand,
or something,
44.
Still?
Yeah,
44,
he would have been the second oldest ever to win it.
Yeah.
Hale Irwin in 90 was the oldest at age 46, but he would have been the second oldest ever to win it. He had a great chance. He was playing so steady. I know you loved his game the first 2 days when he was 70, nice, even, steady game.
Yeah, and I teach a lot, and I use his swing as a model almost every time. Hey, he should get in the Hall of Fame just on the beauty of his golf swing and how perfect it is. And I just love watching him play. I've met him a few times. He's always comported himself like a gentleman, always very friendly. Love. I was rooting for him that week, as you guys know. I picked him after 2 days.
You did last Saturday.
Yeah, man, I was wrong, but but I love watching him play, and I can watch him play from his chipping and everything. And like Kevin said, he's a good putter. Even though he uses that long putter, he's not a bad putter. He's a good putter.
Yeah. Who else do you kind of look up at to try to emulate your game after? I mean, Adam Scott, I'm sure, is maybe somebody you would look at. Who else?
His swing's amazing. Yeah. I mean, like obviously Scotty, the way he's playing at the moment, like his ball striking, I just wish I could play golf as close to that as possible. But yeah, other than that, kind of not really many people. Scotty definitely just like the way he can not have the most pretty swing and not be the best putter, but still go out and just have under par every single time is just like something that I wish that one day we can experience something close to that.
Well, he's been good a very, very long time. He knows how to shoot a score, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he's a
Yeah,
professional. And that's what
exactly.
you guys got to do this way. You got to find a way, and you got to find a way to shoot a score the first 2 days, right? No matter what it takes. If you don't hit your driver, you're gonna hit your hybrid. You're gonna try to putt uphill a lot, I imagine, when you're here.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Adam, who do you like to watch on the pro side?
Definitely Justin Thomas. He hasn't been playing too well, unfortunately, but I just love his attitude and mentality when he goes out there and plays. I love his swing too. It's so nice.
He had a great day yesterday at the Travelers
Yes, he
Championship.
did.
He's tied. I think he's amongst the tied for the lead there with Fleetwood and Scheffler. So
He likes to let it rip. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
holding back
Mhm.
in that motion. Yeah.
Thomas is had a really good, a bounce back year, I guess I would say. He
Definitely.
was struggling the last couple of years, but he'll be on the
Like it.
Ryder Cup team this year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
His personality and his energy would be a huge asset on the Ryder Cup team.
Yeah. Hey, before we let you guys go, we just want to talk about like what's next. I know you're still gonna have Liam another year of school before you kind of go on. Tell us a little bit about what you hope maybe after this event and kind of what you're hoping your maybe next year or two of golf looks like.
Yeah, I mean, just keeping my options open, definitely.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe looking at coming over, playing college golf, like keeping that as an option, or staying at home and turning pro, or something along those lines. Just getting my education as well. So, either going to uni back home or coming to college here.
But you're looking to be a professional.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be an awesome thing. I think anyone who's played junior golf has had that aspiration at some point, and I love golf. I love practicing. I think the grind would be really cool and really fun. So, yeah, definitely an option, I think.
I like that mentality.
Yeah.
Because it is a grind. You have to have that grinding mentality to be successful.
You got to love the grind.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's
right.
been. You have to love the grind. You have to love getting up and getting in your car and getting there early and chipping and putting and getting in the gym and eating right and everything else you have to do now. Yeah, to be competitive.
Well, look at last week at the U.S. Open. You heard players that sounded defeated at how hard Oakmont played. And then there were others that kind of embraced it, even at times when maybe they thought it was even unfair or even unjust or whatever, or they got a bad break. But the ones that seemingly embrace the challenge of the U.S. Open, they seem to perform better.
Yeah, we always talk about that when, bad days, half the field's checked out because they don't want to be there. But I think most players at that level have that grind in them, and you don't get there if you try to take the easy path or you think it's going to be easy. It's not. You never know when golf's going to get real hard for you one day, and you gotta. The only way I ever knew how to get back was work harder, and that's what all these players do. Yeah, I'm sure you guys do too.
Yeah.
What are your goals? What are you going to be doing next year?
In the fall, I'm attending Canisius University. I'm going to be playing Division I golf there. I'm very excited. They got a great team, great coach. Coach Hummel's a great guy. Helped start recruiting me in March, and I'm just very excited to go play there.
Awesome.
What are you going to study?
Business.
Right.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
next Friday's your graduation.
Yes.
Well, let's hope you have a busy Friday. Let's hope you're in the hope you're playing a finals match and then off to graduation.
Yes, hopefully that's the goal.
Yeah, that'd be a nice day.
That would be. Well, Liam, Adam, congratulations on having successful careers up to this point. Good luck this week in the event. Thanks for waking up early and coming on, throwing the headset on for us.
Yeah, what time is it in Australia? You're home.
It's only like 10 p.m. So it's like complete opposite. But no, it's all right. We're over our jet lag now. So.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thank
you, gentlemen.
Adam Tchaikovsky from Elma, Liam Jordan from Australia here, two of the participants this week in the 72nd edition of the International Junior Masters here at East Aurora Country Club. All right, those two guys, we'll be rooting for them.
Yeah, well, I will be. Yeah, looking forward to it. See a local kid and see a kid from Australia. It'd be fun to see those two in the final, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Okay, we'll take a time out here. When we come back after our commercial break here, we'll bring in the tournament directors, Paul O'Brien, Jeff Camion, their annual visit to preview what this year is all about. And if you want to come and attend, we'll have those details here. 7:45, Kevin Sylvester live at the Travelers Championship. We'll also get Jeff's Western New York PGA tip of the week as we roll on here. Live on WGR and live on our stream. Check it out on X, on Instagram, on YouTube at T2G Buffalo with PGA Pro Jeff Meadus, Evan DePasquale producing back in our Amherst studios. I'm Brian Colesiel. More Tee to Green coming up from the beautiful East Aurora Country Club patio right here on WGR. Hey, Evan, you can just come back with bump music. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, they were really good, really well spoken. I was happy with it. Yep. I know what you mean. Yes. Excellent.
Ed.
$7:23. We welcome you back here to East Aurora Country Club. We're on the patio and a beautiful view. If you want to check out the view of what we have here, well, check out our live stream at T2G Buffalo. We're on X, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we're live there. And that is where you'll also see our two next guests here, Paul O'Brien, Jeff Kamian, the IJM tournament directors. Gentlemen, good morning. How are you guys today?
Good to see you guys again.
Thank you. Good morning.
We love coming out here.
Paul, if you could just lift your mic up a little. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, it is a gorgeous day. And Jeff, it looks like weather this week, maybe the biggest issue you might have is the heat. It's going to be warm this week.
Yeah, you can't believe it after the spring, so-called spring that we've had. But yeah, it's going to be hot. Certainly the first 3 days, and Thursday and Friday look like they're introducing a little bit more chance of rain. But it's an outdoor sport, as we saw last week at the U.S. Open, and as long as the course is playable and it's not dangerous, we'll keep playing.
Yeah, that's great. What do you think of how the U.S. Open ended up?
It was amazing. I mean, Spawn with his, we talked about it you guys talked about it in the first segment. Bogeying 5 out of 6 holes, and the just brutal break he got on the second hole where it hit the flagstick. Probably would have had a 5-foot birdie putt and wound up with a 50-yard pitch. So yeah, to overcome that, kudos to him for sure.
Yeah, you got to overcome a lot to win a U.S. Open. That's for sure.
No, that was
No
tremendous.
doubt.
It really was. Paul, did you get a chance to watch the U.S. Open at all?
Actually, I watched the end of it on replay.
Yeah.
As I retired a few months ago. I'm here most of the time.
Yes, I assume
You're playing.
I'm
Yeah,
playing.
yeah. It's a good time to play. Everybody's home watching.
That's
it on
right.
Father's Day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's running an event like the U.S. Open takes a lot of work, as does an event here, and that's
Yep.
why Paul and Jeff are here to talk about it. Paul, how about a little background for the tournament, maybe for those that are hearing our show here for the first time? Tell us a little bit about, obviously, for 72 years.
Yes.
This will be the 72nd year, so for 71 years, it's gone very well and continues to go well. So tell us a little bit about maybe the history of the event.
Yeah, it was founded by Rennie Merritt in 1953, and it was the East Aurora Invitational back then. And we've had some, notable winners. Ward Wettlaufer, who was on that '59 Walker Cup team. John Konsick won it 3 times. And then over years, we've had many pros come through here, and in the late '70s, it transformed into the International Junior Masters when Mark McCormick started helping us out and bringing in international players.
Mark McCormick, the agent.
The agent,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. The
Yes.
famous agent. Yes.
And then he hired our tournament director at the time was Jim Bell
Who worked for Mr. Palmer afterwards, didn't he?
for 27 years.
Yes.
He was hired to be the tournament director of the Citrus Open, which became, the Bay Hill Invitational, which became the Arnold Palmer.
Which I met him at Bay Hill, as a matter
Yeah.
of fact. So he was excited to see a Buffalonian. That was a while
Right.
ago. Yes.
Right.
And it didn't the Fisters, father and son, win it? Is
Yes.
that- yes.
Yes.
EJ and his dad both won the event here, which is pretty cool also.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
The pros that you mentioned are impressive, including some of those that are playing this weekend at the Travelers or played last weekend at the U.S. Open. The couple of Canadian names I think that have had really, really good years, especially Corey Connors. He's played in this event. Mackenzie Hughes. Those are two that were in contention here. And Connors has had a really good year. As you look at some ones of names of past here, Jim Furyk, a major champion participating here. Trevor Immelman, who we of course know has won the Masters at Augusta National,
Correct.
the lead CBS analyst on their broadcast as well. Camilo Villegas, Jeff Sluman from Rochester. Yep. Joey Sindelar. He's from what? Horseheads, New York.
Yep.
Even some players that have gone on to play and live that were PGA Tour players like Sebastian Munoz, Abraham Answer. Those are some players there that have played in this event too. Dudley Hart has played in this event. I know you know Dudley very well.
Yeah, he's a good dude and a very fine player. Especially, those were the guys I played against when I was young. Was EJ Dudley and Tim Stroud. That's how I knew I was.
And another guy I know you said you've played golf with, Woody Austin, has played in this event.
Oh, Woody's played here. Yep, he's. I mean, we could be here for an hour just rattling off the names of the tour players and the names that that have come through this event. This is one of the premier junior events in the country. So, if you're coming from Australia, you want to be a professional. There's a reason.
So let's talk a little bit about the international piece of this. How many countries, Paul, do you have coming in this year?
We've got 13 or 14 this year. So it's across the globe, as they told you, as Liam told you in the first segment. The kids from Australia come here for this event and then they go home.
That's a long trip. There's somebody from China. I thought I saw.
Oh, we've got China, Singapore, Philippines, Japan. And then South America, we've got our medalist is
Chile,
back.
I saw.
Yeah. Francesco Aceves is back. He was our medalist last year. His sister's coming with him. Peru, Mexico, obviously U.S. and Canada. So they come from around the world, and a lot of them are here for the summer to play in America to get recruited, essentially.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
I bet you'll have a few coaches here this week. Recruiting some of the kids. Yeah, checking them out.
By the way, Paul O'Brien, Jeff Camion, the International Junior Masters tournament directors here. The event itself starting Monday with the Hammond, but play officially beginning on Tuesday. We'll get the breakdown in a moment, but I want both of your opinions on this. What is having the international players from all over the world, just bring to the week in terms of just the interaction that you have? I'm sure even youngsters who live here in Western New York that are playing, just the fact that they're going to make a new friend from somewhere around the world, and just having all these different cultures and different golf backgrounds coming in. If you guys want to,
it makes the world a smaller place.
I like that.
You've got kids that meet here, and they're texting with each other throughout the years. They become great friends, and those friendships last for a lifetime.
Yeah, and they bump into each other because they're all competitive. So they're going to end up at the same tournaments, and this might be the first time they met someone. And that's what a great experience. I know Brian's son's playing, and he's playing with people from different countries. You get to see other cultures, and we talk about all the things that golf does. That's great. This is among those things.
Jeff, what do you think about the international?
Absolutely, it's wonderful to see the different cultures. I know the local kids really look forward to seeing, especially the Aussies. They get here a little bit earlier because of the travel time, and it was just a few weeks ago we had an Aussie that played here 3 years ago, came back to stay with his host family again, and unfortunately, he came during our spectacular spring weather, but he did get a few. He did get a few rounds in here, and we had dinner with him one night. So it's great to see them. He's going into his senior year at Queens College in Charlotte, and it was good to see him. And he still communicates with some of the kids that he played with 3 years ago, and we're going to have a few more of those Aussies come back in the. Later this summer.
That's awesome.
So it's when they get on campus, so to speak, this week, it's a lot of fun, and it's great talking to them and learning about where they're going, where they're playing next, and what their goals are. It's great talking to them.
Yeah, I think that having all these people come from all over, the international name obviously on it, but what a different feeling it would than just maybe a local junior event here in this area where you've got players essentially just from Western New York.
It's a big time event too, and it has that atmosphere especially when you start walking in this morning.
Yeah, we should also say that it is international, but we have players from 10 different states too. So we have California and Texas, and Arizona, Missouri, Florida. So kids are coming from all over the country too. So, so it's international and pretty varied throughout the United States as well.
You mentioned host families, Jeff. Obviously, a big commitment for this tournament running successfully now for 71 going on 72 years is that the members have to also buy in. And you've got the pro shop and David Jones and his great PGA professional staff on board. You've got Drew Thompson and his staff got the course looking amazing. But
and whoever does your flowers, by the way.
Oh yeah, Kay is great.
Yes.
She does a wonderful job.
They look amazing.
Sure.
Yes.
But the members, they help host, and some of these families and players that are traveling from all over the world, right? They end up being the hosts for the weeks that
They do. We have I believe it's either 10 or 12 family members that are hosting. One of them is hosting 3 kids, and a lot of them take 2. So that's an integral part and always has been of the tournament. I did a little, I tallied it up last year, and it was about 135 members that are involved in this tournament in some way, shape, or form, volunteering as scorers, spotters, their sponsors, their hosts. So it's a big project, so to speak, for the club.
I can imagine.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about logistics first here. So Monday is the Ham.
Yep.
Is that correct? And then Tuesday it starts. So tell everybody about how the week plays out.
So we start 7 a.m. on the first tee on Tuesday, and we go out in threes, and the boys will go first, and I believe the girls will start roughly about 11 o'clock. And
it's good that we mentioned there's a girls division.
Oh yeah,
as well.
for sure.
Yep. Which
for
is
sure.
just in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, since we came back from COVID, so we started. This is the 5th year we've had girls, and it's great to see them out here competing. And on Wednesday is the second medal round, and that will start at 8:30, and we go off both tees. And from then that's when we determine the
brackets,
flights,
right?
and
Yeah,
the
the
brackets,
flights,
and then we will start match play at 8 o'clock or 7:30. 7:30
Both
Thursday
tees?
morning.
Or off one.
Off both tees on Thursday.
Yeah.
And Thursday's chaotic.
Matches all over. That's great.
Yeah, matches are all over, and they start on both tees, and then they cross over, and sometimes we haven't even gotten the matches out on the first tee, and the players are coming around from 10, and so there's often a 20 or 30 minute wait before
Because match play can be fast.
Yes,
Yeah,
it can.
it can be- pick it up,
It
it's over.
can, and
Yep.
we
Next tee.
we've tried to. We've said, maybe we should, separate make it 10 minutes between or 8 minutes. It doesn't matter what we
No.
do. It just so
They can
it-
wait. It's
yeah,
not the end of the world.
and so and towards the end of that round, it becomes chaotic because they all want to know when if they've advanced, they want to know what time they're playing, and then we have some matches that go 19 or 20 holes, and kids have to have lunch. So,
But isn't
we
that the
have
fun
to be.
of it?
It is awesome. That is the that's when everybody's really working hard. The golf shop, David, Kevin, and Brandon are great, and we get a couple volunteers, either some players that had played before or some really golf oriented members to help us out with playing traffic cop.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. How about just some headline players, Paul, that you're excited to watch hit the ball this week?
Well, we do have our medalist back, Francisco Aceves from Chile. We also have a young man from Hong Kong who's on the Hong Kong national team, Ricardo Fu. Obviously, the Aussies that have come over, Liam was one of them, Liam and Rory.
He's a big boy, Liam.
Yeah, very tall.
Yes, sure is.
And we have another Aussie who will be here today, Justin Way, who's from Queensland. And you might remember Harry Takis was from Queensland. Harry won 2 years ago and showed great at the Western Collegiate Invitational for San Diego State as a freshman. He was their #1 player. So, and then we've got our local players, Cole and Adam. We're expecting they'll be in the championship fight. They're playing really well. The top of the field is going to be just lights out.
That's
It's gonna be
great.
fun. It's gonna be fun.
And we obviously would love to encourage spectators, golf fans, to come out
Absolutely.
and support. They can, Jeff, it's free. How about just the logistics of coming to East Aurora and cheering on these kids?
Yeah,
this week?
sure. Come on out. Just to continue, match play is Thursday at 7:30, and then Friday. I think Friday's at 8:00.
That's the semis and then the finals.
Yeah,
right?
semis and then the finals. The finals match plan to in the championship flight will go out at 2:00 Friday, and yes, come out all week. The weather's supposed to be really nice. It'll be hot.
You don't have to be a member at East Aurora to
You
come
do
out,
not.
right?
You
Yeah.
got-
Yeah.
Parking is free. Admission is free. You can come out on the patio. You can buy a lunch ticket and have a bite to eat while you watch the kids come in to the ninth hole, and you can walk around the course and follow the golf as long as you stay out of the fairways and
Yeah,
you'll
don't
see
pick up
some-
any random golf balls. That
Yes,
you find.
yeah.
Hey, look, I found a ball.
and come out and see some really, really good golf.
I'll be here this week. I'm looking forward to watching some of these kids play.
Yeah, it is. Again, Tuesday and Wednesday, the medal rounds, Thursday and Friday, match play. And if you want to follow the scoring or following the times, it's internationaljuniormasters.com, right? That'll be where the scoring.
Yep.
will be.
Yep. And we use Golf Genius. We have, I guess, quasi live scoring. We have scores every third hole.
Yep.
That's
Uh,
live
so-
scoring. That's
yeah.
not quasi. That's how it
good.
works. Yeah.
And so yeah, we have scores. One of our members, Deb Lyons, organizes all that. So we have scores on every third hole, and so it allows family members that can't be here to follow how their kids are doing.
And if you want to, I know just from following it in previous years, they always put up nice pictures and videos at IJM Golf on Instagram and on Twitter. You guys, I know, put up
Right.
pictures and videos and things like that. So
Yeah,
those
exactly.
are always good to follow there. So internationaljuniormasters.com to get all the information that we just went over. It's free. Come on out. If you're looking for something to do this week, support these great junior players, support the event here from all the great people at East Aurora Country Club to put on what is now the 72nd edition of the International Junior Masters. And I know you guys have put so much hard work into it. You and your staff have. So we wish you a great week, and obviously we wish you great weather to help out and enjoy it, because you guys have, this is a great event. We love coming here to preview it every year. So have a great week.
Yeah, the place looks perfect.
Thanks for
very
coming out,
much.
guys.
Awesome. Thanks again. Jeff Camion and Paul O'Brien, the IJM tournament directors. Again, it starts here Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Come on out and support these great young golfers. Okay, when we come back, we're going to head to Hartford and the Travelers Championship. Kevin Sylvester, he'll update on what's happening on the PGA Tour. We'll also get Jeff's Western New York PGA tip of the week, and we'll get you set here. Final details for the International Junior Masters, which starts here Tuesday. We're live at East Aurora here on the beautiful patio. We're streaming on T2G Buffalo, on X, on Instagram, on YouTube. And we're, of course, here on WGR with PGA Pro Jeff Meadis. I'm Brian Koziel. More Tee to Green coming up from East Aurora Country Club right after this timeout on WGR.
Thank you, gentlemen. You see ya? Try that.
Evan, can you come back with the leaderboard liner, please? Thank you. We've got a little more than normal, but okay. Tip of the week on pre-shot routine after we do the leaderboards. Well, after Kevin, yeah.
We're coming back with tip of the week, or leaderboard, right?
I got to call Kevin now. Hey, Kev, good morning. All right, I'm going to throw you on hold, and we got about a minute and a half left in the commercial. All right, thanks.
Are we going there? Dry County?
Yeah, in August. Thank you.
Are you doing the women?
Welcome back here to East Aurora Country Club, Tee to Green, live on the air here on WGR. It is the PGA Tour Leaderboard Travelers Championship three-way tie for the lead. Tommy Fleetwood, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas. They're all at -9. Thomas shot a 64 yesterday. Jason Day, one shot back at -8. Denny McCarthy, Austin Eckroat at -7. Keegan Bradley and Nick Taylor are at -6. Rory McIlroy at -5. We'll get a full report here coming up from Kevin Sylvester. He's live at the Travelers Championship in just one moment.
And the Champions Tour Report is brought to you by Donald Ross Sportswear, your hometown premium golf apparel company. Find us in your local pro shop or online at donaldross.com. This week's event is the Cowleague, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Companies Championship, and it's being led by Stephen Alker at 5 under and closely followed by Tim Petrovic is also at 5 under, and Ricardo Gonzalez.
All right, our LPGA leaderboard brought to you by Puma golf shoes. I wore those this week. They're awesome, super comfortable. Gino Thidikul is your leader from Thailand, -6. She's got a 3-shot lead on Minji Lee and Rio Takeda. We're watching Lexi Thompson. She's playing well this week so far. 2 rounds in the books. She's in 4th place right now at -2. Lexi is 4 off of the lead. All right, we're going to get Jeff's Western New York PGA tip of the week here coming up in just one moment. But Kevin Sylvester now is with us here. And Kevin, I know you and I, along with Steve Beatty from Custom Turf and Tom Capola from Golf Dojo, we played in the first tee event this week at Craigburn on Monday. You were MC and did a great job as always, but we had a really, really fun time for a great cause.
Yeah, it was a great time and great company for the tournament. Probably my best driving day in the last, I don't know, 5 years of the golf ball, Brian.
You did. You drove it well.
It did not translate Tuesday in men's league. I don't know where it went.
It's nice to drive it well at Craigburn, that's for sure. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
I mean, I want to say that I was close to Brian in distance a few times, so it was great.
Well, that's good. Brian's pretty impressively long off the tee.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a really, really good time. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Steve Beatty, who from Custom Turf. We know he's all done putting greens and everything.
Yep, he does all the work at Dojo. Yep.
Yeah, he did a little revamp of mine in my backyard just to kind of give it a refreshed look. And I was putting on it last night.
It looks awesome.
It looks amazing. So,
by the way, how many putts did he make Monday? Holy smokes!
He made everything. Steve,
he was so good.
Steve was carrying us with the putting. He was awesome. We kind of kept the same order every time, Jeff, and I was putting fourth. I probably putted 5 times because Steve wouldn't even let it get to Kevin, let alone get to me. Kevin would if Steve didn't make it, then Kevin would make it. Yeah, it was we had a really, really good time. Steve putted great.
Steve can play a little, that's for sure. He's a good player.
Yeah. But
hey, Jeff, we finished 11 under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great score. We lost by 6.
Yes. Didn't we win that one year?
Well, we had 5. That helped.
5. Yeah. Don't tell people that.
Oh no, I mean, we did. Yeah. No, we had a really good time. And first tee of Western New York, of course, we support them and they support us, and they do a great job. Kevin, I know, Tim Karchis and everybody that helps run that event. Mary Wilson was tied into the event this year as well. So it was a great day on Monday.
By the way, how awesome is Mary Wilson? She is. Yes. She's amazing. She loves Western New York, and obviously the Ralph Wilson Foundation's doing a lot of things here. But that tournament was sponsored by Mary Wilson, so and she played, and she's just tremendous.
Yeah, it really was. So yeah, kudos to Tim Karchis, Mary Wilson, and everybody from the first tee, and that event was great. And yes, by the way, Steve Beatty and his crew yesterday with the Custom Turf. I love how my putting green looks. I was putting last night. CustomTurf.com. If you want to check out some of the pictures of all the great work they've done across Western New York, you want a putting green in your backyard like me, or you want to have one in your basement like Jeff has or Kevin has. You want to get something around your swing set for your kids or for your dog. You can check it out. Again, CustomTurf.com. All right, Kevin, let's shift to the Travelers Championship. I know this is always one of your favorite events on the calendar, on your schedule. And we've got some monster names at the top there with Fleetwood and Thomas and Scheffler.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites because I love the golf course, right? I mean, anything can happen on this golf course. And it has my favorite hole on the PGA Tour, drivable par 4, the 15th. I love the hole. Like, there's so many things can happen on it. You've got water left. If you're short and right, it's not an easy up and down Perrit style green, with the low point in the middle, 2 plateaus front and back. And it's just an exciting hole. And so many things can happen down the stretch. Jim Furyk's had a 58 in this golf course. Scotty Scheffler on Thursday was on 59 watch for a bit. So a lot of things certainly can happen. And it's a signature event. It's the final signature event of the season. So, yeah, all the big names are here, and the big names are on the leaderboard as expected. I'm going to tell you, I had a tough 2 days. I was assigned Scotty Scheffler rounds 1 and 2, and I got a really tough day today. Guys, this is my job, so it's work. This is work. I have to walk and follow and call the action for Scotty Scheffler and Justin Thomas today. I don't know how I'm going to get through it.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be boring. Yeah, there won't be any good shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
No crowds cheering or anything like that.
Scheffler, we know last week, Kevin, had any of his putts down the stretch gone in, he could have been a factor in maybe the ultimate outcome of the U.S. Open that J.J. Spaun ends up getting done. We know he's the best in the world with his distance control. He gave himself chances last week. The putts just weren't falling last week at Oakmont. He seemingly, at least in round 1, putted a lot better.
Yeah, he certainly did. And, yeah, his distance control is incredible. I mean, he just seems to be hole high on every shot. The rough here is a little longer than it's been in previous visits, at least for me anyways. It's like 4.5 inches thick. I think it's a little higher on the front 9 of the golf course and the back 9, and that's the higher elevation of the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's given some players problems over there. The wind, though, even round 1, Scheffler had the tough part of the draw where it was windy on Thursday afternoon. Usually it's windier in the afternoons and the morning, but yesterday morning, it was blustery. And I think that factored into him only shooting 1 under par. And, players that came in the afternoon, like Fleetwood, finished a couple hours later, had better scores because the winds calmed down a little bit. But, it was 30 miles per hour yesterday morning.
Yeah.
It was so difficult. I do want to say, too, by the way, Scheffler was paired with J.J. Spawn, the U.S. Open champion. And, JJ's, over par for the week, but totally forgivable. This guy's running on fumes right now, understandably, from that great performance to win in the U.S. Open.
Kevin, the putt from Spawn, obviously, that'll get replayed in U.S. Open history forever. But there were so many storylines. Sam Burns playing very well, and then I thought got a tough ruling, not getting relief from water. Now, he didn't recover very well from that down the stretch, but he was in contention. That could have been a win. McIntyre, all of a sudden, is right there, and I love his reaction, how he's clapping and kind of in awe of Spawn's putt. I thought he gained some fans there. Adam Scott, as we know, a fan favorite, handled himself quite well. He was in the mix. So there was a whole bunch of storylines. There was probably a moment on Sunday for everybody where you were sitting there thinking there's 5 or 6 different maybe possible endings here to the way this U.S. Open could have ended up.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, we can question whether or not they should have been even playing Sunday with, all the rain and how soaked the golf course was. I think I saw it on Twitter, Soakmont, the new name for the golf course. The Sam Burns lack of a ruling was, I thought that was just terrible.
Yeah.
The practice swings, you could see all the water coming up. That was ridiculous. I thought, and I think he was in a divot too with it. And I just think, that was not, that should have gone in his favor, and it certainly did not. And certainly, but prior to that, he wasn't. I think he was playing great. You know what I mean? Like, that final group was dripping oil all the way around the golf course. Very tough golf course. McIntyre deserves a ton of credit for shooting under par in the round and the sportsmanship and reaction to J.J. Spawn, which was just an all-time great moment. Unbelievable.
Yep, I agree. Well, Kevin, we'll be listening to you today, PGA Tour Radio, Sirius XM, and enjoy your rough assignment of following Scheffler and JT.
Yeah, we'll be watching you. We'll see you in the crowd there.
Yeah, I'll find a way to. Now, I will say it's going to be hot, though. It's supposed to be like 90.
Yeah.
Right?
Kev, I'm sorry.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, bring some water with you. Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Have fun.
He's got to rub it in. He's got to rub it in.
I know. He's got a great gig. Kevin Sylvester with us here, part of our Tee to Green team. But when he's not with us in person, he's off covering the PGA Tour for PGA Tour Radio and PGA Tour Live. So looking forward to that. All right. How about our West New York PGA tip of the week, Jeff?
Okay.
Brought to you by the Western New York PGA, which has one goal, promoting and growing the game of golf today, tomorrow, and beyond. You mentioned it, players this week here at the International Junior Masters, maybe going to be a little nervous.
Yep.
So instead of thinking about, I'm nervous, I just missed my last shot, I just missed that last putt, just focus on your routine, right? Let's talk a little bit about pre-shot routine.
Yeah, I think it's super important. I know we worked with your son a little bit this week to work on, because he's getting ready for the tournament, and one of the things you'd want to work on getting ready for an event is your routine. It gives you something to focus on as opposed to everything else that's going on around you. So you're walking to a big event like this, these kids today, they're all going to have a routine. They're going to go through the same thing before each shot. It creates, first of all, a good routine gets you set up to hit a good shot. It gets your ball position, your grip, your posture, or the PGA posture, grip, and alignment squared away before you hit the shot. It also puts you in a positive mindset. So you pick out a target. There's some key elements to a routine. Get your body set up right, get your ball position, get your grip, pick a target, and have your swing thought, and have it be a positive swing thought. And you want to do the same thing every time you do it. It creates consistency. If you get up haphazardly over to the golf ball and do something different every time, you're going to hit the ball different every time. I always use the analogy of basketball players. If you're at the free throw line, you do the same number of dribbles, spin the ball the same way, you're a tennis coach, you bounce the
Yeah.
ball the same number of
Right
times
before
with
the
the tennis
serve.
rack. Yep.
Yeah.
So those things breed consistency in a golf swing. So if you're a player out there that doesn't have a routine, create one. Don't make it a long one. It doesn't need to be long. Everybody starts from behind the ball. Pick out an intermediate target between you and the target, because it's easier to do it than just aim at a target far away, and get your ball position, your alignment, and then take the same amount of time over the ball every time. So the same number of waggles. Even if you just work down and down the range to create a routine, you'll see you'll start to improve your ball striking because you become consistent. So if you get up over the ball, you want to take the same amount of time. Last thing you want to do before you hit the ball always is make sure you look at the target. I see a lot of players look down at the golf ball so long and they stare and they freeze. Look at the target, keep your body moving, and move, do it at the same number of waggles, do the same number of things every time, and then have a trigger. I tap my right heel and then I start my swing. Other people do different things. So get your body set up right, pick out a target, start behind the ball, get over the ball, same number of waggles, keep moving, look at the target. As soon as your eyes come back to the golf ball, pull the trigger and let it go. And then part of the routine is also the post-shot debrief. So once you hit a shot, hey, what went wrong? What went right? If you hit a poor shot, you can maybe make a mimic or a practice swing that would have been the proper motion through that, and then move along to the next shot and go through your routine again. It's the best way to play.
And the best thing that you've always told me is, like, as you're getting set to go through this pre-shot routine, is visualize the good shot you want to hit.
Right.
Don't think about, oh, I can't miss it right here. That was something I always thought about, and you've changed that for me, and I always applaud you for that. I'm now seeing, okay, this is the shot I want to hit at this shape or at this target, versus I can't go right here. Like
watch Jason Day or some of these players on the PGA Tour. They'll stand behind the ball. A lot of times you'll see them even squint. What they're doing is they're visualizing the shot they want to hit. You can't realize what you can't visualize, right? So, that's a big part of it. And this is what the good players do. And if you want to separate yourself, or you want to get more, people talk to me about being consistent all the time. Well, what's your routine like? Well, I don't have one. All right. Well, then let's create a routine and stick to it, and make it a quick routine, because the longer you spend over the ball, there's a correlation to how poorly you hit it typically.
Good advice from Jeff Meadis here, our West New York PGA tip of the week. If you want to get your son or daughter involved in PGA Junior League, sign them up for Drive, Chip, and Putt. It's free. Go to wnypga.com. You could also West New York PGA and Tee to Green here. We're in partners running our 9th annual Duster Challenge. We'd love to have you sign up and putt for a great cause to benefit PGA Hope. It's Friday night, July 18th, 6 o'clock.
It's coming up.
Yeah. Go to the top of my Twitter page at BrianWGR, and the link's right there. You can click on it. $49 gets you dinner from Peter Gourmet, get you into the putting contest, chance to win other prizes and all that other raffles.
Super fun evening. Yeah, the West New York PGA, it's on their site also.
Yep. So Duster Challenge, put that on your calendar. Friday night, July 18th at Glen Oak, and we'd love to have you sign up. And with that, here, we're going to wrap things up from East Aurora. Good luck to all the participants this week.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week. I'm looking forward to watching some of these kids. I'm going to pop by this week and take a walk for a few holes, because there's some really, really good players here this week.
InternationalJuniorMasters.com is the website if you want to get tee time information, or just follow the scores, or get information. But I know we had Paul O'Brien, Jeff Camion on, the tournament directors. They said it's free. Come on out. You can purchase lunch here as well, so you don't have to be a member here at East Aurora Country Club. If you want to come out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days of great golf action with great juniors.
Place.
And if you've never even been here, it's worth just coming just to walk and see it, and check out the gorgeous patio where we're broadcasting here from as well this morning.
We have a tough job too. Yes,
I agree.
Yes.
All right. Thanks to Evan DePasquale, our producer back in our Amherst studios. Thanks to Adam Tchaikovsky, Liam Jordan, the players joining us in the first segment, Paul O'Brien, Jeff Caney, and the tournament directors, David Jones and his staff in the PGA Pro Shop, Drew Thompson and the superintendent, and all the crew here that has made this place look so nice and ready for the tournament. Good luck this week to all the players, and thanks for listening. Tee to Green. We'll be at the West New York PGA headquarters next week for our show. Every Saturday morning, I'm Brian Kulziel. Thanks for listening. Tee to Green on WGR. Streamers, thanks for watching.